Hey YouTube, Coppersan here. Thank you for sticking around for part 2 of the training spot guide. Today I'm taking your burning character all the way to level 250. For this guide I'm not using any spawn boosting totems. If you still had any of those, the old guide works just fine. This one is more focused on those maps that you can use without boosting the spawn rate. All classes are different and have different rotations. If you found a map that works wonders for your class and I did not mention it, then make sure to leave a comment so everyone knows. And like always, this video is divided in chapters to help you jump to the part that is most relevant to you. Once you hit level 202, first of all, make sure to do Monster Park every day. You can buy up to 5 additional tickets from Mesos in the cash shop in Reboot. Your daily quests in the Arcane River give a good amount of EXP once completed, and that Star Bridge minigame that's active right now gives a good chunk of EXP as well. Just doing your dailies, 7 Monster Park runs per day, and the event minigame, you can actually reach level 250 without ever grinding. It's slow, but it is possible if you do it every day. Starting off, if you're not that powerful, you can hang out in the weathered land of Rage. This map is not the greatest, but if you can't deal with the other maps, this one will make do. Thankfully though, it won't take too long before you level up again. The Fire Zone map in this area is pretty nice as well. I bet mages and classes that don't like to move around that much will appreciate this map a lot more compared to the first one. While these two maps are great, I usually prefer to grind in one of the next maps. Eastern Cave Part 2, Below the Cave and Western Cave Part 2 are all pretty good. Even though usually Western Cave Part 2 has higher burning, most jump attack classes will have no trouble getting around these maps. I do also recommend to use the battle analysis tool to figure out if there's any map that you like more and that nets you more kills per minute. I recommend staying in these 3 maps and train it out all the way to level 211 and skip out on training in Reverse City. These maps are generally small and don't have that much spawn. They're great to train in with totems if you still have any, but if you don't have any totems, it's just not that great. Still complete the questline here of course for some free symbols and a boost to your dailies. The level 5 symbol should help you get enough arcane power for grinding as well as the burning title, but you can always add a few hyperstat points to your arcane power if you don't fully hit the bonus damage numbers yet. Once you hit level 211, I recommend trading at Torrent Zone 3. This map is pretty good if you make use of the torrents in this zone and the teleporter to go back to the left side of the map. If you don't want to get your pants wet, Dealey Dobber Forest 1 is one of my other favorite maps that I used to go in there. Go about in circles in this map for easy clearing. There aren't that many maps that I found that have really good layouts. Slurpy Forest Depths ain't that bad either, but it's not the best without spawn boosters. It has a very chill layout at least, so it's easy grinding. I would just recommend to chill in Torrent Zone 3 until you hit level 220, but if you want to, there are still 2 maps in Yum Yum Island that are okayish, unlocking at level 215. Hidden Illiard Field ain't the best off totem, but the layout works pretty well for some classes and it's pretty lazy. And Hidden Mush Butt Forest is pretty great as well. I actually like this map more than Hidden Illiard Field. It has higher burning too. Sometimes it actually pays off to go to a slightly less optimal map, having higher burning or just having burning to begin with. Once you hit level 220, it's time to leave the wacky Chu Chu Island and trade off for Chicken. Chicken Festival 3 is actually a pretty nice map with plenty of spawn and platforms. You'll have to find a nice rotation though to get through the entire thing. It might not work for every class. I checked out a lot of maps around here. Outlaw Street is sorta okay if you don't like playing with your food. But if these maps are available, then instead of Outlaw Street 3, I would just go train at one of the maps in the clock tower. In those maps you can just jump down while attacking and teleport back up at the bottom. It's very simple and very lazy and it fits most classes their playstyles. Another great map that I found here was Victory Plate Street 1. You can do a nice circular rotation here and the spawn is pretty dense. Also works great for those lazier grinding classes that like to just stand still and look left and right. Reaching level 225 you unlock Arcana. I think most classes would love the Forest of the Earth, especially those that can place a summon to take care of the middle top platform. This is a simple jump left and jump right map, and if you prefer some good old circles, where water and sunlight meet, it's not a very straightforward map, where you just go in a circle using either the teleporters or your mobility skills. Some classes also shine in different maps. For example, Upper Path 1 isn't the greatest for my Ice Lightning Mage, but some other classes will love it here. My Shade works pretty well on this map, for example. Or if you have any other class with big AoE attacks, this map is also pretty dope. Make sure to use the teleports in this map as well by just simply falling off the map. For my Ice Lightning Mage and similar type classes, I found that Forest of Toxins and the Volatile Forest to be working pretty well. Forest of Toxins has mobs concentrated more on the left and right side, perfect for classes with summons, while Volatile Forest is more of a jump left and right type map. By the way, as a general rule of thumb, stick to maps where you can one-shot or where you can close to one-shot. Also, don't go to monsters that are way higher level than you. If you're level 225 for example, do not go to the Toxic Spirit map. Those monsters are level 235, which will reduce your damage by a lot. I would just stick to monsters that are max 5 levels higher than you in Reboot, unless of course if you're Giga Fun you can one-shot, then hey, I didn't say anything. And if you're in the regular servers, you can easily go to monsters like 10 levels higher than you if you can one-shot them, you know, the sky's the limit. Upper Path 2 is pretty good here as well. You can just keep jump attacking until you reach the end at the left, jump into the water to get teleported back up and repeat. I used to train a lot at Lower Path 1 back in my time, but that was with totems to boost the spawn rate. Without totems, this map absolutely sucks. Unfortunately, without totems, all the smaller maps are sadly a bit disappointing. I've actually never been so excited to enter Morass. Shadow Dance Hall 2 is pretty darn good for most classes. It's an easy go in circle grind style that most classes can get behind. And if this map is full or has no burning, the neighboring Shadow Dance Hall 3 is not too bad either. It's a similar map. And if you prefer, Abandoned Area 2 is pretty fun as well. There are two teleporters here, one on the far left and one on the far right. This map works a bit like a triangle. Go all the way to the left, teleport back up to the middle, then go all the way to the right, teleport back up to the middle, go left again and repeat. It ain't as brain dead as some of the other maps if you're into thinking, you weirdo. If you do prefer some MapleStory and chill, Abandoned Area 3 is all about that jumping left and right while attacking. No fancy teleporting going on over here. Oh man, you're getting close to the end game now. Keep going, man. If you're this far, you got this. Once you hit level 235, you unlock Esfera. Now, I don't recommend really going here until you hit around level 238, 241. But Mirror Touch 2 and 4 aren't too bad when it comes to grinding. Those are again circular rotation maps that you can do over and over. It was definitely a lot better when there were still totems, but most other maps in this area require a lot of effort, a lot of movement. I would just stick to Morass if you can, no hard feelings, you know. But once you hit level 240, you're in the clear again. Sellas has a few really nice maps. My all-time favorite maps here are the Final Edge of Light 6. This map is pretty big, and there's a lot of monsters in this map too. You'll always be hitting something once you figure out a nice rotation. Another one of my favorites here is Star Swallowing C6. It's nothing short of amazing. It's a big 3-platform map where you can make your circles with a beautiful calming backdrop. It's a great map, honestly. And if those aren't to your liking, you can also check out Plunging Depths 3. This map my Shade preferred the most while testing out these grinding spots. Again, you'll have to find a nice rotation for your class, but this map at least isn't as wide as the other two, which I guess will be probably liked more by some of the other classes. And those are all the maps that I would like to share for grinding. Of course, you can still go to the maps in the other training guide, the old one, but do keep in mind though, with removal of totems, bigger maps with more spawn are generally better than smaller maps with less spawn, because we can't boost it anymore, unfortunately. I hope these maps are useful in your grind to level 250. Best of luck out there. And that was all for today. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, many thanks to our members for making these videos possible. Thanks to Niels de Coninck, Raar maar waar, Sebastian, Hanoy, Ryalias, Terry Kim, Vareese, Mora, Wiley, Historycanon, BackSpaceOTI, Saffronyx, Ziggydeer, Flidiot, Knifesu, Cloudfix, Gusus Rodriguez, Digby, Vira, Trevor, Michael Menchaca, Ratius, Justin Vale, Silvio Nato, Afterlord_MS, Striker Elk, Tidal Pun, Radical Jaws, Ricer RU, Sir Tito 655, Matthias Simonson, PC Game Life, The Passenger, Martin Panzik, Conrad Crystallis, Ace Light, Mr. Anarch, Ben Wolf, Max Bernhardt, Muka 1017, BMB King, Scotty Flies Fast, Priscilla, Brandon Cam, Vake Botnet, Fecko, Victor Sundstrom, ceemak, Only, Rashid Alharmoudi, Gerlando Belavia, Gianfranco, Calderon Canavero, Lucky Beats, Matthew Def, Gummy Bullet, Lord Fazil, Spuds D. Kaiser, and Zunnen. Thanks again for watching, stay safe, and happy mapling.